So let's talk about a mole to mass problem. So in this type of problem, we're going to have to change the units and our substance, but remember, you can only change one at a time. You can only change one at a time. Okay, not both. And you're also going to need to have your mole map in front of you, so if you don't, pause the video and pull out your mole map, or go back and watch the video before this so that you can know what the mole map is, what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and read question A. So it says, how many grams of zinc are needed to react with 1 mole of silver nitrate? So again, we always identify our given. So we have 1 mole of silver nitrate, and we identify our goal. They want to know how many grams of zinc. So that's our goal. And so when we have two different substances, we label our given as A and our goal is B. And notice silver nitrate, that's going to be the one that's silver, which is Ag, nitrogen in it. So I'm talking about this problem here. And zinc is right here. So that means I can ignore these other ones. I don't really care about those in the equation because they're not part of my given or my goal. So when I start off my T-chart, I have 1 mole of silver nitrate, or AgNO3. And we know that in all dimensional analysis problems, the units that you're starting at go here, and your next stop, or where you're changing to, goes on top. So in order to determine this, we're going to need to look at our mole map. So go ahead and look at your mole map. When we're looking at our mole map, we were starting in moles of given. We had 1 mole of silver nitrate. So that's moles of A, because A is our given. And it wanted to know the grams of zinc, or grams of B. B is our goal, so that's zinc, and that's over here. So in order to go from moles of A to moles of B, since they're not connected directly by arrows, is we're going to have to go through mole ratio to moles of B, and then we're going to have to go from moles of B through molar mass to get to grams. So we're going to start at moles of A, go to moles of B, so that would be our next stop, and then we're starting here and going to grams of B. So it's 2 steps. So we're going to use this to help us model what we do in our problem. On our mole map, we said we are starting at moles of AgNO3, and then we're going to go down mole ratio road to moles of our next substance, or B, which was moles of zinc. And in order to do that, we need to look at our mole ratio, which is our coefficients. So the coefficient in front of zinc is a 1, and the coefficient in front of silver nitrate is a 2. And so once we're here, we look at our top right unit and substance, so moles of zinc, and we look at what our goal is. And if those two things do not match, then we keep going, and if they do match, we can plug it in our calculator. Now, moles of zinc and grams of zinc do not match, so that means we cannot stop. We have to keep going. So that means I'm going to create a second step. And now I'm starting from the same place I left off. I'm still starting at moles of zinc, and I'm going now on my mole map to the right to grams of B, or grams of zinc. Here we go. Sorry about that. Grams of zinc. Now, in order to go from moles to grams, you have to use your molar mass. And we know that molar mass is always equal to 1 mole. And in order to find the mass of zinc, you look on the periodic table and you find zinc and whatever number is right there. In this case is 65.38. So I'm going to put that molar mass anywhere that grams goes. And remember, by definition, your molar mass is equal to the grams in 1 mole. That's why this number here is always a 1. Okay, so we look at our top right units. So grams of zinc, and we look over here at our goal, grams of zinc. They do match, and so that means we can plug them in to our calculator. So remember, we start with our given, so we have 1 mole. And after our given, we can ignore these other ones because multiplying and dividing by 1 doesn't change anything. But 1 divided by 2, and we don't have to write mole. So 1 divided by 2 times 65.38 will give you, and well, let's just put that in our calculator. So we start with 1, we're dividing it by 2, oops, backspace, divided by 2, and we're multiplying it by 65.38, and we do that, we get 32.69. So that means our answer is 32.69 grams of zinc. Now the key thing here is we should note that our question has one significant figure to begin with, so we should round our answer to one significant figure. So that would be 30 grams of zinc as my final answer. So if you have any questions about how to solve this problem, please let me know.